Happy New Year's! Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Man, my countdown timer almost made it the whole 10 minutes. It actually made it the full 10 minutes a couple of days in a row. I thought maybe we'd turned a corner and things were happening in the right direction, but we got most of the 10 minutes in. And anyways, man, my name is Brad Varnell. This is the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. And today I'm excited to embark on a brand new journey. Now, folks, I'm not big on New Year's resolutions. I believe that most people, statistically, it shows that most people that create a New Year's resolution last for about 2 weeks. So, you know, with the gym, it's the funniest thing in the world. January 1st comes along, and for the first couple, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even a month or so, you can hardly find a machine. The gym is absolutely, totally packed. But by about March of this year, you'd be able to shoot a cannon through the gym and not hit anybody. And so, folks, don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those, you know, New Year's resolution people and you know, that aren't serious about taking your life to the next level and doing things, you know, consistently. That's why my word for this year is consistency, because I know that doing anything for a couple of weeks or even for a couple of months just doesn't cut it in this old life. If you want to have long-term, long-lasting results, you have to do things for years and potentially even decades. You know, like people that are in good shape and healthy, they don't just work out real hard, even, you know, for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, and then go back to laying on the couch eating potato chips. You know, they create a lifestyle. So anyways, folks, 2025 is here, and I'm excited because we're going to talk about some altcoins. We're going to talk about some tokens that can hopefully potentially help make us millionaires here in 2025. So I am super excited for today's episode. I'm hoping that Dave P. and Deadwood and Eric and a few people are around, because I know that they've been looking and working hard at creating some new investment opportunities. I know that Dave posted in the Discord group a few days ago 3 or 4 different tokens that he was excited about. He also brought us a token maybe a month and a half ago called Peak, ticker PEAQ, which has done some big numbers, been a great investment for those of you that have been here on these Wednesday live streams and have actually, you know, taken some of your hard-earned money and invested it into some of the tokens that we've talked about. I think that you've done very well on quite a few of the tokens that we've been discussing. So once again, with that, Happy New Year's, Happy 2025. Let's kick some butt, man. Let's have an amazing year. I know that 2024 wasn't a bad year, but it still was a really, really tough year financially for most folks. And crypto didn't really do enough yet to make most of the people that are watching this channel probably believe that 2024 was a great year financially. So let's change that. 2025 should be a very prosperous and abundant year where you've got more money than you've ever potentially had in your life and have the ability to, you know, go to the grocery store and the gas station and not care about how much you spend when you're there. To be able to, you know, maybe plan that family trip to Disney World or whatever is on your dream and, you know, your bucket list. You should be able to check a few things off here in 2025. So with that, let's get right into it. I'm going to go over, switch my view here and get over into the comments and welcome everybody to the channel. Let's see what we got here. Good morning, Daniel. Happy New Year's. Yep, there's Deadwood. Happy New Year's. Appreciate you guys being here. Good morning, everybody. Hope you all had a safe and happy holiday. Yeah, man. Me too, Deadwood. I hope everybody was safe and smart last night and woke up this morning ready to take on the world. There he is, Dave P. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here, man. I'm excited to go over some of the tokens that you want us to be looking at, man. Hope you are doing fantastic. I sure hope the shakeout ends soon. Some of these bags are looking sad this morning. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Deadwood. I hope that it ends soon too, and I think that it will. I think that, you know, like most of the trades that I was in yesterday are actually up and doing much better than they were yesterday. So I think it's just, I don't think it's going to be very long at all before we start on the uptrend. And, you know, by the time, you know, the 20th comes around and we have the inauguration and different stuff, I think that we're going to be seeing some good things in the market. So happy New Year's, Brad. Happy New Year's to you. Hey, Tim G. Happy New Year's, buddy. Hope you are doing fantastic. Hope you had a great night. And so, yeah, let's get right into it. You know, today is a little bit of a day off. I told my wife that once I get done with this live stream, I'm just going to kind of enjoy spending time with her. She's home and around the house today, and I'm looking forward to having a great day with her. We're probably going to hop in the car and maybe go do a little shopping and, you know, check out a few stores and do a few things and enjoy, you know, our time together today. So this may or may not be, you know, an extra long live stream. It seems like every time I tell you guys, hey, we're gonna do a short and sweet live stream today, that's when an hour and a half later, I'm finally wrapping things up. So I don't know how long it's going to go. It's going to go for as long as it needs to go. One of the things that I think is important about these Wednesday live streams is sometimes we talk about, you know, 5, 10 coins. And sometimes I think it can be almost overwhelming. Like if you're sitting there with $100 or $200 to invest, and we talk about 10 different tokens, you know, there's a saying that goes, a confused mind does nothing. And so sometimes I wonder if the reason people aren't taking more action is partially because they got too many choices. You know, you go over 10 different coins and you've got $200 and you're like, well, do I want to buy, you know, $20 worth of each one of these tokens? Do I want to take my favorite 2 out of these 10 and buy $100 worth of 2 of them? Do I want to buy $50 worth of 4 of them? And so on and so forth. So sometimes less is more. I'd like to take a look at a handful of tokens today, but, you know, one of the things that I'm going to really be harping on you guys to take action. You know, you can't steer a parked car. So if you're on these Wednesday live streams and you're spending your half an hour, hour and a half with us learning about these gems, please at least go do your research and pick up a little bit of at least one of them. You know, if you can afford to, and you've got some funds laying around, go pick up 25 or 50 or $100 worth of whatever token you like. Like today, we're not going to go into the tokens that are sponsoring the channel. Those are great tokens. You can look in the description of just about every video and see all of the sponsors. And those, in my opinion, are fantastic places, you know, to put, you know, some of your funds. If you don't already have some DIMITRA and NEURAHUB and LINQ AI and CARBIFY and BLOCX that we went over yesterday. Yesterday, we had a great live stream, gave a couple $100 worth of BLOCX tokens away. We're getting ready to release a deep dive on that deep dive. If you go watch that video, like the video, and make a comment, you're going to be eligible for another $250 token giveaway. So that's all I'm going to say about those tokens. Today, we're going to talk about AI agents and some of the new things that are hitting the market. Because as we talked a little bit about it yesterday, there's always a place where you can be making money in crypto. There's always a sector that is outperforming all of the other sectors. And right now, AI agents have absolutely been crushing it. So with that, let me share my screen. Get over here to CoinGecko. Hey, good morning, Eric. Good to see you, brother. Happy New Year, man. Hope you are doing fantastic. All right, we got the old screen share going. Add it to the stage. Hey, there we go. There's some CoinGecko, man. I love it. So I showed this a little bit yesterday on the live stream, but I want to go back over it. When you go to CoinGecko, folks, you can see here on the home page. Where did it go? That's weird. Okay, so there's a category. Okay, we click on categories. I wonder if this thing hadn't loaded all of the way yet, because yesterday there was an actual category right there. But if you go to categories, you can see all sorts of different categories. You can see smart contract platforms. You can see layer ones, proof of work, proof of stake, and so on and so forth. And what I am looking for here is AI agents. Where did it go? Yesterday it was just right at the top. You can see here you even got like dog themed tokens. You got DWF, Labs Portfolio, Liquid Staking, Elon Musk inspired. You've even got Elon Musk inspired tokens. There's so many different categories now. Where did the AI agents go? I know that AI agents are, there we go. So they have their own category now, folks. And if we look at AI agents, I'm going to click there on AI agents. This is going to bring up all of the top AI agent tokens. And one of the things that I was pointing out yesterday is look at this. Like Deadwood said that a lot of the bags are looking sad, and I agree with him. But there's some people out there that are real happy. So we actually covered Virtual's protocol on the live stream about 3 weeks ago. You can go back to I want to say it was 2 Wednesdays ago, not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, potentially. Sometime in the last couple of weeks, we covered Virtual's protocol. And that was the day, guys, remember when I was trying to remember what the name of the token that I wanted to share with you was? We ended up sharing Virtual's protocol with you. And then I realized later that the other token that I really wanted to share with you was called Vertical AI. Vertical AI. So maybe we'll have a chance to take a quick peek at that. But look at this thing over the last 30 days, folks, up 176%. So after that live stream, if you would have thrown a few dollars into some virtual AI, you would have already probably been somewhere in the ballpark of 50 to 150% up on your money. Could have maybe pulled out a little bit of your capital. But look at this. I mean, this thing shot up already to a $3.9 billion market cap. Actually, that's not where I want to click. You can buy this thing, almost everywhere. You get it on KuCoin. You can get it on Bybit. You get it on BitGet. Many different exchanges that you can buy this at. And I'm sure, it's here on the Uniswap DEX, the decentralized exchange on the base network of Uniswap. So this is a token that you could definitely, can get a hold of relatively easy. But my main point here, I want to go back and see, is this the right screen here? Yeah, so the main thing I wanted to show you guys, though, is that there's always some place that is hot. Look at this one. I can't even, what is that? A16Z, up 107% in the last 24 hours, or excuse me, in the last week. The next one here, the AxiBit, by Virtuals, up, 65%, and so on and so forth. Now, they're not all winners by any means, so you got to do some research. But, look at this one, up, 158% the last 7 days, up 20% just in the last 24 hours. So there's definitely been some places over the last week where we could have done some winning. So that's one of the powerful things about the channel and these Wednesday, live streams, is that we get an opportunity to, go over some tokens and take a peek at some things that are up and comers. Now, the other part of this, folks, is we want to be buying some of these hot tokens and jumping in and trying to make some profits in the short term. But the other thing is, the other part of this strategy is going where there's blood in the streets. So the second thing that I like to do is I really like to go and take a look at what coins have gotten slaughtered the most over the last couple, 2 or 3 weeks. Because just because, say, the average token has gone down 10%, just because XYZ token has gone down 20 or 30% doesn't mean that it's a bad token. There's just different narratives, money flow going in different directions. And so it's also a great strategy to figure out what has had the heck beat out of it over the last couple, 2 or 3 weeks. What sector of the market hasn't taken off yet? Like I've mentioned, that I still believe that metaverse plays are going to be absolutely huge. In my opinion, folks, metaverse is here to stay. there's going to be some big winners in the metaverse space. In Bitcoin 2024, one of my favorite interviews was with Gary Cardone. And the point that he made was the world is becoming more digitized every single day. Well, metaverse is digitization of the world. There's going to be more and more people that want to sit at home with a VR headset on and go to experience a concert. Think about the people that can't, maybe your favorite artist is, having a concert in Florida, and I live in Las Vegas, and I don't want to go through the expense of buying plane tickets and hotel tickets and all of the stuff that it would take to fly to Florida to see, my favorite artist perform. But if they start creating metaverse events, I can be a part of it right from the comfort of my home. I can experience it with my friends and my family and my loved ones. There's going to be a lot of things about metaverse that people really start to enjoy and adopt and love. And so metaverse is not going anywhere. Yet if you look at the metaverse segment of the cryptocurrency market, it hasn't gotten any love during this bull market yet. I believe that it will before this bull market is over. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm slowly picking up some metaverse projects here and there that are beaten down. Now, when is my day in the sun going to come? I don't know for sure, but I know that it's coming. So with that, folks, hey, Dave, not to put you on the spot, buddy, but can you reiterate maybe a couple, 2 or 3 tokens that have been on your radar that you've been hearing about and that you think would be good tokens for us to take a quick look at? Do you have any AI agent tokens that you're excited about? And what's going on? I know that you posted a few things in the Discord. If you could help me out by reminding me about what they are. I know you had talked about them a little bit yesterday on the live stream too. So if you can maybe pop in and let me know a couple of tokens that you're looking at, I would greatly appreciate it. And that goes for everybody here, not just Dave. If any of you have any tokens that you're excited about that you want me to take a look at, I've got a little bit of a formula. Part of the reason that we do this live stream is so that I can show you guys kind of what I'm looking for. So when you give me a token, I'll go over to CoinGecko. We're going to take a look at their market cap. We're going to take a look at the network that they're on. We're going to take a little bit of a look at what they do. We're going to take a look at their website, maybe their socials. We're going to go over, 4, 5, 6 things that I take a close look at when I'm trying to evaluate a token and whether or not I want to put some of my hard-earned funds into it. So Deadwood, Eric, Tim, all of you that are watching the channel, if you have an opportunity to, put in a token or two that you are excited about, I would love to take a look at some tokens today that you guys are bringing to the table. As I always say, 4, 5, 10 minds is always better than 1, 2. So the great thing about this live stream is that a lot of times some of the best tokens that get brought to you guys aren't even necessarily the tokens that I bring to you. I think I've brought some big tokens, some good winners, but Deadwood has brought several tokens over the last few months to our attention that I believe are going to be huge winners. One of them has been Alien Base, ALB, another DEX on the Base network that has done absolutely fantastic numbers from the time that he gave us the Alien Base. Its peak was roughly around a 10x from where he brought it to us at. Chain Swap is another one that hasn't done a whole lot yet, but it's another one that I believe he's right on the money with. It's going to be an awesome performer during this bull market. So, you guys have brought some incredible coins. As I mentioned, Dave brought Peak to our attention about a month and a half, maybe even 2 months ago now. It's already up. I think it peaked at probably maybe even as much as a 4 or 5x from the price that he brought it to us at. It's retraced a little bit, I believe, but it's still much higher than it was when he brought it to us. All right, so Dave here has a bunch. So what did you got? We got one, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got about 5 tokens by Dave, Tim G, Morph AI. Out of the 5 tokens that you just mentioned there, Dave, is there 1 or 2 that you're the most excited about that you'd like me to look at first? Let's go over here while Dave is deciding what 2 tokens he wants me to look at the worst. Let's run back over to CoinGecko here and take a look at Morph AI. So let me see here. Oh, is it Morph AI? Okay, so here we go. I'm assuming that this is the right one, Tim. There's a few different ones, but there's a Morpheus AI, but this is Morph AI here. So this looks like a microcap gem. It looks like something that Tim would be picking out here. We can see here, first thing I look at, it's got a $13.5 million market cap, which we love. That's absolutely right down smack dab in the middle of where we like to be on some of these microcap gems to give ourselves an opportunity to do, 25, 50, 100x and more. So are we guaranteed to do big numbers? Not necessarily, but when you get into a token that's got a $13 million market cap, odds are you're probably going to either get, like a 25x or more, or you're going to lose all your money. There's not necessarily a ton of in between. Yeah, I mean, these tokens could run from 13 million up to 18, 19, 20 million before they come back. But for the most part, if these things get momentum and they start running, the next thing you know, it's at 50 million, and then it's at 150 million, and then it's at 650 million. And before you know it, you've 25, 50x your money, because once these things start to rip, they start to rip. $100 million market cap is still almost nothing. But once a company hits that 100, 150, $200 million market cap, there's a much higher probability that they can run all the way up to, that $1 billion market cap, that infamous $1 billion that we're all hoping for with a token like this. And so I believe, it's at 13 million. So 100x would take it to like 1.35 billion. All of these tokens, if they take off and do massive numbers during a bull market, have the ability to get to $1 billion market cap and higher. So I like the market cap. It's on the Ethereum network, which, fees have been back and forth on Ethereum. I don't mind it being on Ethereum. I would love to see it on a different network, but nothing wrong with it being on Ethereum. Let's see where we can buy it at. As of right now, it looks like it's, hard to get, which, as we've talked about before, yeah, it's nice when you can just go log in and pop open your BYDFI account or your MEXC or your, KuCoin or your Binance US or Binance EN and just buy a token. That's kind of nice. But this always creates a lot of opportunity because there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to use Uniswap. There's a lot of retail customers that are coming in and they're buying tokens that are on Coinbase and places like that first. But then once they get their feet wet and they get into the market, then they start doing some research. And the next thing you know, they got a MetaMask account. They start figuring out how to move money around. And before you know it, they're starting to buy some of these tokens. And then what will happen is something like this will get attention and will get listed on a good exchange, will get listed on a KuCoin, get listed on a MEXC, and so on and so forth. And all of us that were willing to go through the trouble of moving the money around and buying it on Uniswap can get handsomely rewarded by big pumps when these things hit good exchanges. So right now you can buy it on Uniswap and Matcha. So that's good. Let me go over here and let's take a quick peek at their website. So one thing that is kind of interesting to me in this bull market is like everything that is launching has the word AI at the end of it. And so there's a little part of me that wonders like how many of these AI companies can make us, massive gains. But the crazy thing about a market like this, folks, like in 5 years, a lot of these AI companies will be gone and the cream of the crop will have rised to the top. But right now, like you can literally almost buy anything that's got the word AI at the end of it, and you're probably going to make money. Now, obviously, the best AI projects and the ones that people are the most excited about and the ones that the smart money is flowing into are the ones that are going to do the biggest, most massive multiples. But you can almost make 3, 4, 5x on just about anything that says AI in its name. So what do we got here? Swap it, sync it, create it. Your imagination just leveled up. Building an AI influencer isn't easy. The global influencer market economy is valued at $45 billion and it's only getting bigger. Reimagine your content. Reimagine your content. About us. Kind of hard to read this. Let me throw on my reading glasses. I don't know if you can see this on your screens or not, but it says influencers are earning millions, but not everyone has the resources, time, or network to break into the scene. That's where Morph AI changes the rules. No cameras, editing teams, or expensive setups needed. Just your ideas and neural morph engine, AI agents. Where's the rest of the paragraph? That's weird. Like it just cuts off right there. It just your ideas and the neural morph engine. Okay, so I guess it's just saying that you don't need any cameras, editing teams, or expensive setups. Just your ideas and neural morph engine. So interesting. Now, this is kind of a funny thing in a way to me because sometimes I wonder how much, if AI is going to put some of us out of business. And I don't really think that's the case because you guys want to see a real human. You don't want to get onto a YouTube channel where it's some robot, talking and stuff. But with AI, you can actually put together, some pretty incredible videos. My mother-in-law started a fully automated AI YouTube channel not long ago at all. She's, put out 4, 5, 6 videos, and it's obvious that it's all AI. Like all she does is put in the prompts and tell it what she wants, and it creates a video animated and, with a voice that's a human voice. You can tell that it's not a real human voice, but it's not like, I am a robot, listen to what I have to say about cryptocurrency. I mean, it's not like that kind of a voice either. It's close enough to human that if you weren't paying attention, you might not even notice that it's not a human. But I think is a cool idea. It gives everybody an opportunity to have a voice and to basically, get in the game if they want to. I still think channels like mine are going to live on for a long time to come. But even me, I believe that in order to not get, kind of left in the dust and left behind by all of the creators and influencers that are taking advantage of AI, it's something that here in 2025 that I need to take more seriously myself and use more AI along with my human touch to do the stuff that I'm doing. So, I like the fact. Let's see what we got here, how it works. Oh, I see it kind of. That didn't go very well. It just, okay, so it's a one pager, but it just takes you there. Okay, so AI influencer as a service, offer your AI influencer as a service to other brands, celebrity cameos, build your brand with AI influencers. Interesting. From AI influencers to earnings, Morph AI makes it happen. Create your AI influencer and mint money, all from the comfort of Telegram. Simple, fast, and always at your fingertips. Start bot now. So I got to say, this is kind of something that's right up my alley. Maybe let's go to the tokenomics here. It looks like we just scrolled past tokenomics. Maybe it's because I am an influencer, but this is something that really, is catching my attention. And I believe that this has potential to very much grow. I think that there's millions and millions of people out there that would love to have their own YouTube channel, that would like to build a brand. And if they have the ability, and it's a huge, like, the biggest problem or the biggest challenge I've had is the editing and the thumbnails and all of the stuff that comes with making good videos. If I had the ability to create videos and edit them through AI, it would make my life, much easier. And I do believe that that is coming. And that's, like one of those things where, man, our editors, I know that learning how to edit right now is a great skill to have, but at the same time, in 5 years from now, are editors going to be needed? I believe there's always going to be a human element to editing, but at the same time, we might not need an editor. And, man, as much as I love my editor, he's so busy, he's pulled in, 10 different directions. And, if I had the ability to use AI in some situations, it would definitely be, a blessing. So I like the idea of this project. What do we got going on here? It doesn't do too much to show us the tokenomics, really. It doesn't, just shows that there's 100 million of them. It doesn't really go into anything about the actual, tokenomics. So anyways, though, this is a website that I'm going to bookmark. This is a token that I'm going to definitely take a closer look at. Let me go back over here to CoinGecko and let's go take a look at their Twitter page. So something else that is important, folks, it's always good to take a look at these companies' socials. And Twitter, Telegram, Discord, that's where most of these companies live. So let's make sure that we're looking at the right screen here. I sure hope the whole time that I was sharing their website, I was on their website. I'm not going to be very happy with myself if I get back here and realize, okay, it looks like I was in the right spot. It looks like we got the Twitter pulled up. That's good. So let's see here. They just got another follow. Turn on the notification bell. And what do we got here? So 3,241 followers. Transforming influencer tech with AI agents using our proprietary NME model from virtual influencers to flawless transformation. Welcome to the future. So only 3,200 followers. Let me see here. It is followed by a handful of people that I also follow. So there's a handful of people that are taking a look at this project that are involved in crypto. If we click this little button here, it'll show the 5 people. So that's interesting, including Joe Paris. So, Joe Paris has a YouTube channel of almost 500,000. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. The fact that he is following these guys, and I wonder, Tim, you watching Joe Paris on? Did you hear about this token from Joe by any chance? If you did, that's awesome. That's definitely a big check mark in my book. If Joe is looking at this token, that definitely gives me some hope. So I love the fact that Joe is looking at it. Decrypt here, it seems like, I'm trying to remember if he doesn't have a big crypto following. It looks like the only people that really have a big following, I mean, this guy's got 66,000 followers that's following this. So 15,000 followers here. So yeah, man, Tim, I think you found us a winner, buddy. Definitely seems like a token that I would be excited to go throw a few dollars at. I'm going to have to get some funds into my Ethereum MetaMask. Something else, I mean, I mentioned this briefly, but market cap is 13.5 million. Fully diluted market cap is 13.5 million. So you can see here, the total supply on this token is 100 million. It's also got a circulating supply of 100 million. So we don't have to worry about any more tokens getting dumped onto the market. And so this checks all of the boxes that I'm looking at. As far as I haven't had it, I didn't have a chance to really go take a close look at the team. But this is definitely a token that I would be willing to throw a few dollars at. Let me see what we got here. So yeah, it's definitely a newer token. You can see here its all-time low was on December 10th. Its all-time high was on December 14th. So it has retraced a bit, down about 48%. So it looks like it launched around the 10th and had a big run up, had a nice little run up. Holy smoke, excuse my language. Well, I didn't even cuss, but I wanted to for a second there. Look at this. This thing went from 0.06 all the way up to a quarter at its peak. So some people made some money over the last couple of weeks. So let's take a closer look at here. Yeah, see here, it's saying 14 days, only 14%. So it hasn't done much for the last 14 days. Let's go out here to this 1 month chart and see what this looks like. But yeah, so you can see here back on December 9th, you could get this token for, a penny. And then it ran all the way up to over a quarter just in 2 or 3 days. So that would have been an incredible opportunity. And what we're trying to do here with this channel, folks, is find some of these back here. So I love the fact that we're still catching this at, 12, 13 cents and at a $13 million market cap. But man, it would be incredible to find some of these that haven't popped off yet. And so with that, Tim, thank you very much, man. That's a fantastic pick. I really like what I'm seeing there. Appreciate you bringing it to me. Let me see here. Likewise, Tim. Yep, influencers make big money. Yes, sir. Put a video out on it maybe like 3 to 5 days ago. Okay, fantastic. Awesome, man. Maybe we need to do these live streams more often than once a week, man. Maybe we're getting a little bit behind because, I don't know that it's done a whole lot over the last 3 to 5 days. I think it already had kind of had a big portion of its run up. But once again, this is something that could take off at any minute now because $13 million market cap is still basically almost nothing. So let's go back over here. So Dave P wants to look at, what is that? Neurobo and Acolyte. Okay, sounds good. Let's go take a peek at those. So let's start off with Neurobo. Reminds me of my NEURAHUB. So Neuro is NEURAHUB. We're going to go oh, wait, did I spell that wrong? Neurobro. There we go. Neurobro. Ooh, up 29% today. That's exciting. Let's see what we got here. So Neurobro, market cap 22 million, which is, as we know, not much. Fully diluted is 27 million. So most of the tokens are in circulation. That's good. It's on the base network, so it's going to be cheap to buy it, whether you get it on a DEX or get it on a exchange, whichever. Is up 615% in the last 14 days. And so once again, folks, we need to try to get ahead of this curve. I need to get ahead of this curve. I wish that I would have been bringing you guys this token, a couple of weeks ago instead of today. Now, having said that, it still must, at $22 million market cap, it's still got an absolute million miles that it can run. Let's do this first this time. Let's see. So it looks like its all-time high was just a few hours ago. It's down a little bit. But yeah, as you guys can see here, since December 12th, it's up 1,800, percent. So it's all the way, it's about an 18x or more just since December 12th. So a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, this thing launched and is absolutely, taken off like wildfire. So let's go here to Neurobo AI, take a look at their website. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Let me run back over here to CoinGecko real quick. Where can we buy this thing at? So this is also still just on Uniswap, on Base. I think most of the people that are watching this channel are probably pretty competent, can get money over onto the Base network of their MetaMask and buy this. If you don't know how to do that, feel free to reach out to me, after the stream is over, message me on Telegram or get in the Discord group and message me, and I can help you kind of understand the process for how to get funds over to your Base network MetaMask wallet so that you can pick up some of these tokens if it's a token that you decide that you want to, get. So get back over here to the website now and share this tab. So I start to become sentient. Chat with Neurobro Assistant. Hi there, I'm Neurobro Assistant. How can I help you today? What's Neurobro? All right, let's see here. What's Neurobro? Let's click on that. I am an AI-powered agent designed to democratize access to high-quality crypto insights. My ecosystem features specialized AI agents that help users navigate the crypto space with ease. I focus on community engagement and transparency, ensuring everyone can access professional-grade analysis. If you want to learn more, check out our Telegram, Twitter, light paper. What is the goal of Neurobro? My main goal is to make high-quality crypto insights accessible to everyone, not just professional traders. I believe all users, regardless of their background or experience, deserve access to powerful tools and actionable crypto data. By leveraging my AI agents, I simplify complex crypto information to help everyday traders make smarter, more informed decisions. Up to 80% of my on-chain profits and 30% of real-world profits go back to my community through token burns and buybacks because I believe in putting my community first. Want to learn more about how I work? Check out my light paper. Interesting. It looks like they got all of the socials covered. Let's go ahead and click on Twitter and see what their Twitter looks like. Once again, folks, I think one of the biggest challenges that we're going to have is just really figuring out which one do we want to put our money into, because these things are coming out so fast and so furious that there's just absolutely no way to put our money, into all of them. So this is their Twitter. You can see here they got 6,500 followers. Once again, followed by Mind AI. Let's go ahead and click on, we're going to follow them to start with here. Follow them and hit that notification bell. And then let's look at the people that are following them that we know. So, DGenny, not showing his holder count right there for some reason. That's weird. I don't know why. Bill Hong, 269 followers. Ben, 12,000 followers. And they've got this financial index is following them again. This financial index seems to be following these AI projects. Libertum is a project, followed by Casey Sessions, TJR 911. So Tim, it looks like you are looking at Libertum and are taking a look at this. Mind AI. I'm trying to remember why I'm following these guys, where I heard about them at. Maybe this was on one of our other live streams, but here, look at this, 89,000 followers. It's also followed by LINQ AI. and Sam Sparks. So, LINQ AI is a pretty big community that's following, this Libertum and stuff. So, it looks like it's building decent socials. And did you hear about this? How did you come across this, Dave? Did you hear about it through a different influencer, or how did you end up with this on your radar? And I'm curious, is this considered, this is an AI agent? It definitely looks like an AI agent. So yeah, let me see here. I officially launched on TikTok and Instagram, but that's not all. Since my mission is to educate the globe about crypto, I'll now be posting daily content in English, Spanish, French, and Russian. Starting Monday, I'll create daily videos covering, let's look at this whole tweet, crypto tips, technical analysis, breaking news insights. Very, very interesting. Thanks to my dev team, my agents can now create these video analyses almost fully autonomously. So once again, folks, another opportunity to really take advantage of, some of these AI agents can do the work of 1,000 humans in 1/10 of the time. So this is really, love it or hate it, this is where the world is headed. And I definitely, this is another, in my opinion, could be potentially be another amazing find. If this thing, starts to take off and run, and it's still moving, it's still going up. It's up 30% today. And so it seems like it's still on people's radars. It's still hot. It's still running strong. Obviously, you want to be careful with these. Something that I think is important is your strategy. When you're gonna get into a token like this that's already ran up, 500-600%, 18, done an 18x over the last few weeks. There's always room for retracement, and we don't know when these AI agents are gonna go out of style. It's kind of like, crypto is not going to be AI agents forever. It's going to move from one narrative to another. Now, I do believe that the AI narrative is going to be one of the biggest, most profitable narratives of the whole bull market. But I guess my point is let's say that you were going to throw $500 at one of these tokens. I probably wouldn't just go buy all $500 worth of the tokens today. So I would want to hold some powder back in case these projects have a big retracement. So I might split it up into 4 segments. I might throw $125 at it at today's price, so that if it keeps on moving up, I've got some skin in the game. The other thing that you can do is if you start learning the charts a little bit, you understand, resistance and the 200-day moving average and some of these things, then you can kind of have an idea. If it breaks through, previous resistance, this thing could say run from 28 cents up to 40, 45, 50 cents. And so if you get it at 28 cents and now the next thing it's at 35 cents, well, it might be a good time to deploy another $125, because if it runs up from 28 to 35, there's a good chance that it could potentially keep running. On the flip side, if it runs from 28, back down to 20 or 19 or 18, that might be a good point to dollar cost average in another $125. So either way, you deploy your capital 25% at a time, whether it's on its way down or even if it continues to go up, and protect yourself from putting in the whole 500 today and then watching it, dump back down to 7 or 8 cents. I mean, just a few months ago, a token called Octavia AI launched. It was a private sale token that I got into at 7 cents. It ran all the way up to like $2.82, folks, back in March. And then over the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months, it came all the way back down to like 5 cents. And so part of my point is, every single time, almost, I mean, like 100% of the time, if it's not 100% of the time, it's like 99. Every time I thought that I've missed out on a token, Like, man, you know, Octavia, it was 7 cents. Now it's $2.70. And like, and I thought, never going to have a chance to buy it again at low prices. And then the next thing I know, it's knocked back under my private sale price. So like literally, I've been just stacking it the last 4 or 5 months. Every time it hits my wallet, I just keep it. But now it's popped back up. I want to say it's probably back up to, I don't know, 40, 45, 50 cents. Let's take a quick, let me see if I can pull it up real quick and see what it's back up to. You know, so had this token been on your radar and you would have been, you know, like watching Octavia, you would have had an opportunity to buy this at, no, I guess it hasn't really popped up yet. It's only at 8 cents. So it's still slightly above my, my price. But my point is you could have bought this thing. I know I'm not sharing my screen yet, but you could have bought this thing back in October 27th. This token went all the way back to 3.5 cents. So had Octavia been a token that was on your radar, you would have thought that you'd missed the boat on it. But then here you are. If you'd have just been patient and kept waiting, you'd have been able to buy it for less money than I bought it for. Now, on the flip side, I was able to sell the first 2 distributions that I got, and probably, I think, in the ballpark of 20x'd my investment just on the first 2 distributions, because I was selling them, you know, at 30x. So even though I only got, you know, 10% of my tokens twice, I think, while the price was up high, I did incredibly well on that token. And I still have whatever it is, 70, 80% of the tokens to, you know, to sell as the, you know, market comes back. But a lot of these tokens, folks, when you feel like we missed them, we want to FOMO, we want to jump in. Man, it's up 30% today. And then you decide that you're going to wait, and then it goes up another 30% tomorrow. And it seems like a lot of times we wait and then we just can't stand it anymore. We got to get in. And the next thing you know, you go ahead and you buy a big bag, and then that's when it decides to, you know, drop 25, 50, 75% over the upcoming weeks. So once again, not financial advice, you do you. But when I'm going into these tokens, similar to the way I like to ladder into my leverage trades, the way that I taught you guys yesterday, where I like to leverage in on my trades, I like to do the same thing when I'm buying these microcap gems. You know, you could even if you wanted to go a little bit deeper, like if you really had a lot of belief, do 50% and then save another 50% in case it retraces. You're still going to be happy if it keeps going up, but you won't end up with these bags of tokens where you're down 25, 50, 75%, and you have to wait months for it to come back if you do some ladders. You know, on the flip side, if it does happen to just take off and do astronomical numbers, the next thing you know, instead of it being $2 or 28 cents, it's $2.80. Yeah, you're going to be a little disappointed that you didn't put the whole amount in today. On the flip side, though, if you follow this ladder, you're going to get quarter of it in at 28, and then maybe some more in at 40, and some more in at 60, and some more in at $1. You're still going to be in pretty good shape if it continues to just, you know, run up. So Neurobro looks like a winner in my book. Definitely looks like one that I would be interested in taking a closer look at. Let's see if Dave P managed, if he talked about. So you found this on okay, so it's on Twitter, okay, at DeFi-Ox. So I'm gonna DeFi-Ox Jeff. So I'm gonna go follow him on Twitter. And, you know, sounds like he's somebody that you respect and, you know, appreciate his work. So definitely go give him a follow on Twitter. All of you guys might want to go follow him on Twitter. If you have a Twitter account and you see somebody like this that's putting out good picks, like I think Neurobro, pretty solid pick. Definitely probably a guy worth going and giving a follow and see what else, you know, he is potentially excited about. So the other token was Acolyte, if I am pronouncing that correctly. So let's run back over here to CoinGecko and check this token out. Yeah, I told you guys that it probably, if I said it was going to be a short live stream, it wasn't going to be a short live stream. I just realized already going for a darn hour. Can't believe it. Time flies when you're having fun. Let me see here. ACOLYPE, I believe it was. Acolyte by Virtuals. Here we go. Is that right? Maybe I was looking at it wrong. Maybe it doesn't have an E in it. Let me see here. No, the one that you said has an E in it there. The one that I'm bringing up doesn't have an E, so I'm not quite sure if that's the right one. Let's click on it and see. Is it Acolyte by Virtuals? Well, I see it's got an E at the end of it, but then it doesn't have an E at the end of the ticker. So Acolyte by Virtuals, is this the right token, Dave? I'm guessing that it probably is. Another one with a relatively low market cap here, 33 million. I'm going to guess, though, that it's done big numbers recently. Yeah, here we are, 387% in the last 7 days, up 500% from its all-time low on December 24th, and it's down about 26% from its all-time high on December 28th. So also another fairly new token, another token by Virtuals. And so once again, I still think that Virtuals is a good place to put some of your funds, because Virtual is like the mothership, and the more of these tokens that come out and the more that they run and the better that they do, the better that Virtuals itself is probably going to do also. We're here again in a situation where it's showing, it doesn't show me the current market cap. It doesn't show me the current circulating supply. So it's hard to tell exactly what's going on with this token and how many of the tokens are in circulation, how many more of them we have coming into the market. So that's something that you want to know a little bit more about. It is on the base network. So once again, going to be cheap. I'm guessing it's probably going to be similar. Yep. Just on DEXs right now, you can buy it on Uniswap. You can get it on Matcha. So once again, you got to get funds over to the base network. Folks, if you're watching this channel and you don't know how to get funds into your different MetaMask networks, that's important. That's important to know. So most of you watching today probably know about that. But if you don't, it's okay. But just go to the YouTube search engine and, type in something like, how to get funds on my base network MetaMask, or, shorten it up, put it however you want to put it. But I guarantee you, whatever you type into the search engine on YouTube, you're going to find 5, 10, 20, 50 videos showing you how to get funds onto the base network. Same thing with Polygon and Avalanche and so on and so forth. My MetaMask network list is about 25 deep. Like, I've got so many different networks on MetaMask. I don't even use all of them in a lot of cases, but it's important for you to understand how to get funds from your Ethereum MetaMask over to your base, and how to get them back from base over to your Ethereum, and so on and so forth, so that you can maneuver into the different protocols and take advantage of some of these tokens. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the website. The one thing I noticed about these websites is they're all the same. They might be slightly different, but they're all kind of the same. So once again, you got to figure out what's exciting to you. What do you like, and what do you want to focus and put your funds into out of these tokens, that we're bringing up. This website, a little hard to read the way that it's dark. So let's see what we got here, though. We're scrolling down. So Acolyte AI Agent Oracle. Acolyte delivers robust research and engineering data through foundational infrastructure that empowers people and companies with high-quality analysis and actionable insights. Phase 1, empowering access to data. Phase 2, empowering understanding for everyone. Phase 3, connecting the entire ecosystem. Acolyte will become the leading oracle delivering high-quality data to traders, Web3 VCs, index funds, AI accelerators, and educational companies. It will be able to analyze and generate probabilistic outcomes for any project even before its launch. So that's interesting, to be able to do analysis and to have information even before a project launches as to what the percentages are, what the ability for it to be successful is pretty interesting. I'm going to click on agent and see if anything changes. It doesn't look like it. It looks like this just takes you down to this page. Let's see what we got. We got access terminal. Let's click on that and see what that happens. Says initiating access denied. You have to hold. Interesting. See that again. Access denied. Hold Acolyte for access. Interesting. Okay. Coming soon. And then it just kind of goes in here. So the website is doesn't necessarily give me a ton of information to go from. Let's go over to their Twitter page and see what their Twitter looks like. Maybe, if it'll load up for me. All right, here we go. Twitter page looks solid, looks nice. Get back up here real quick. Sorry, guys. Get rid of that. And here we go. So Acolyte. Gonna follow it. And here we go. 4,500 followers. They got a link tree. Another one that is, being followed by a handful of people that I am following. Powering people and companies with high quality analysis and actionable insights. AI agent is not just a bull posting term. If you think this is just a 2024, 2025 narrative, you're wrong. It's the future. 5 years from now, most of the tasks we repetitively do today will be replaced by these agents. They will make human life easier by letting us be free to do basically what we want to do, is what I'm guessing the rest of the Twitter, does. Yeah, they will make human life easier by letting us be free to be more creative and inspiring. And with blockchain, aka virtuals tech, we're able to co-own them and participate in this new economic engine. 2024 was the start. 2025 is the take over. Virtual AI hit a new all-time high, $4.1 billion market cap today. And so I agree with this tweet. I agree with everything that these guys are saying. And I also believe, folks, that investing in some of these projects is one of the ways that you can absolutely insulate yourself from AI technology ruining your livelihood. There's going to be a lot of industries that get disrupted over the next handful of years, in the next couple of decades. There's going to be a lot of people that, if they don't adjust to the times, they're going to find themselves like the Kodak, film companies of the world, the blockbuster videos of the world that didn't adapt. And they're going to find themselves in a very, very, very bad spot because the companies that they work for don't need them anymore. So one of the things that I have always believed is, if you could take advantage of these up and coming trends, wouldn't it be brilliant if you're in a sector, if you're in a job that you believe could get wiped out by AI over the next 5 or 10 years, to maybe take some of your hard-earned funds and start investing in those companies that are going to take your job, so that the stock, or in this case, the cryptocurrencies that you hold, become worth so much that you're glad you got fired, that you're glad they don't need you anymore because you don't want to work for them anymore anyways. You want to create financial freedom in your life so that you're insulated from these things. AI is going to be an absolutely amazing thing. Like, I can't even just hardly imagine how cool it's going to be in five years, 1 year, 2 years. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to have a robot that washes the dishes, that cleans the house, that mows the lawn, that does all of the stuff that I don't want to do, you know? And the thing about it is, it's going to be so much cheaper to do that. I've got a good friend that owns some mailbox stores, and he's excited. Elon Musk has these automated robots that are going to be coming to market in the not too distant future that will sort the mail and will do a huge amount of the tasks at these mailbox stores. And yeah, there's still going to need to be a person there to oversee the machines, if you will. But he can buy one of these robots for 30 grand, and it pays for itself in a year or less. And these robots, they don't need medical insurance, they don't need vacations, they don't need days off, they don't show up late, they don't call in sick. Love it or hate it, it's coming. And I know there's a lot of people out there that hate it, but man, there's something to be said. Can you imagine owning a company and never having an employee call in sick? Can you imagine, when you create this company, not having to, when you pay a person, you also have to pay, the income taxes, or the FICA and Medicaid and all of these taxes. They got to be donating money into Social Security and so on and so forth. And on that note, I don't want to be doom and gloom here, but for those of you that are 30, 40, even my age, 50 years old, and you're thinking that you're going to get Social Security someday, don't count on it, because there's going to be a lot of these robots that take over the marketplace that aren't paying in to Social Security. So you might get some Social Security. I'm not telling you that you're not, but don't count on it. Plus, Social Security is a miserable way to live anyways. If you're trying to retire just on your Social Security, you're going to be in big trouble. You're probably not going to be able to survive. And even if you can, it's going to not be almost in conditions worth living in. So, I love the fact that these companies are taking off and giving us an opportunity to make life-changing wealth by jumping in early and getting this stuff rolling. So, with that, folks, we just went through the 3 tokens today, but I did want to go back up here and give you guys another chance. I'm going to do some research on CookieDAO and Dream. And I did want to just mention Dream is a token that I know I've heard. Maybe Crypto Lifer Sam Price was talking about it, but the token Dream is one that I believe I heard. It was kind of on my radar. Deadwood, I'm assuming that HNY is a token. So, folks, you might want to write down HNY and go take a little closer look at HNY. And then once again, we did, Neurobro, we did Acolyte, and maybe take a look at CookieDAO and Dream if you have a little bit of time. Also, this Quant XBT on Sol. We took a look at Tim's Morph AI. So that gives you guys a little bit of work that you can do on your own the rest of the day. So if you're off today and looking for something to do, go take a look at these tokens yourself. Go jump on CoinGecko and, pull them up on CoinGecko. Take a look at their market cap. Take a look at their website. Take a look at their Twitter. See if it's something that you like the looks of. And if it is, go pull the trigger, man. Go buy a few dollars worth. I'm definitely excited to move some funds around, and I want to get a hold of a little bit of the Morph AI, the Neurobro, and the Acolyte. I think all 3 of those look great to me, and I want to take advantage of this AI agent phenomenon. And I believe, like that Twitter post just said, this isn't just a narrative, a short-term narrative, here today, gone tomorrow. This is something that's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger for decades to come. And remember, you know, back in the day before computers became adopted, there was no such thing as trillion-dollar companies. And now you've got Apple. You know, Amazon's not a computer company, but my point is back before those industries were created, you know, back in the day, before cell phones really became, you know, an everyday thing in our life, there was no company, there was no cell phone companies that were worth trillions of dollars. Now you've got some absolutely massive tokens or companies that are worth trillions of dollars. So folks, these AI agents in the millions of dollars have so much room to run, it ain't even funny. Like, these companies can become worth 50 billion, 100 billion, 500 billion, $1 trillion over the next decade. Like, I'll guarantee you that if we come back and visit this channel, you know, 10 years from now, is some of these AI agents that are on that CoinGecko list, a couple of them are going to be $1 trillion companies. I can't even do the math on that, but if you got into something at 10 million and it turns into $1 trillion, it's a lot of money. Now, I understand that none of us are going to hold something from 10 million all the way to $1 trillion. But the fact of the matter is, if you're looking at the long-term game and you're holding some long-term bags, like you get into something at 10 million, and then when it gets to 100 million, it's 10x. You pull out your profits, you pull out your initial investment, pull out a little bit of profit. And then when it gets, you know, to $1 billion, you're pulling out another chunk. There's no reason that you can't take 5, 10, 20% of this bag that you bought at 10 million and ride it all the way up to $1 trillion in 10 years. And even 10% of a bag that you bought at $10 million market cap that goes to $1 trillion is going to be better than 99% of the investments that most people make in their lives. So yeah, man, let's make a lot of money. Let's get rich over the next 3 months, 6 months. But let's also have this long-term mentality where, you know, we want to hold the Microsofts and the Amazons and the Starbucks of the world for 10, 20, 30 years. That's where, like, just super generational wealth is. You know, how cool would it be had our parents bought some Microsoft stock back in 1990, and then, you know, here we are, whatever, 35 years later, and they said, oh, hey, by the way, we bought this stock back in 1990, and we want to pass some of it on to you. Like, I want my children and my granddaughter, hopefully I got more grandchildren coming, but as most of you know, I got a beautiful baby granddaughter, born on December 26th. I want her to have an incredible life. Now, I'm going to teach her principles. I'm not going to just give her fish. I'm going to definitely teach her and help her to learn financial principles and invest her own money and to do the right things. At the same time, even if it's foundations, like, how cool would it be? Like, some of you are like, I don't need $1 billion, but how cool would it be to have $1 billion foundation? What do you love? What are you passionate about? Maybe you love animals. Maybe you love cats. Maybe you love dogs. You know, maybe you were adopted. And so you have a heart for, you know, kids that are in the adoption system or that are in the foster care system. Maybe you had some trauma in your childhood where maybe, you were abused. And so you have a heart for abused people. How cool will it be to accumulate $1 billion over the next, decade or two, and then be able to create a foundation that lives on infinitely for the next 50, 100, 200, 500 years, however long this earth is around. You guys realize, love them or hate them, that some of the biggest, wealthiest, people in the world, like the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers and some of those people, that they have foundations that they put in place way back 100 years ago that are still spitting off money to their charities of choice and to their foundations and to the things that they believe in. Maybe you hate cancer. Maybe you've had some people in your life that have battled with cancer and you want to help St. Jude's, a children's hospital or whatever, folks. My point is, this life that we're living is about more than us. And I think that as soon as you really realize and you start to look outside yourself and you start to decide that you're going to create something so big that it helps thousands of people other than you, that's when the magic happens and you really start to get everything that you want. I'm a firm believer that God doesn't put us here on this earth to just get what we want. He wants us to have what we want, but he wants it to be bigger than that. One of my best friends in the world, a guy that I met a little over a year ago, his name is Chad, and we spend a lot of time together these days. He talks a whole lot about how all of the challenges and the things that he's going through in his life, he very much believes it's because God wants him to be teaching and helping other people. He's got his plans, but God says, no, that's not my plan. Like, yeah, you want this car, you want this house, not yet. And we were talking about it this morning while we were at the gym. So, I woke up this morning, did my cold water plunge, already got the gym in, but we were talking about this today. And he's like, no, I'm going to have the car. I'm going to have that house. Those things are coming. I know that I can have it all. But right now, this is where God wants me, and he's honing me and he's putting me through these challenges so that I can help other people. And so, that's just a little tidbit here at the end of the day. If you're struggling in life, if you're really having a tough time and, things are not where you want them to be, I can almost guarantee you that you spend 75, 85, 95% of your time thinking about you and what you want and what you're trying to accomplish and what car you're going to get and what house you're going to get and what vacation you're going to take. And don't get me wrong, those things are important. I've got big dreams and big goals and big plans too. I'm just simply telling you that it's like a law, like gravity, that the more you focus on helping others, the more things fall into place for yourself. And it's amazing how you can, God can do more if you spend half of your time helping you and half of your time helping other people. God will do more with that half of the time that you're working on helping you than you can do if you spend 100% of your time helping you. And God is there trying to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, Brad, I want you to spend some of your time, helping others. So with that, folks, man, I very much appreciate you. Oh my goodness, my eyes. So we have I am strong hands. AI agents will be huge, but data providers to AI like Centernet or other compute coins will fly. Without that, AI can't run. Yeah, I believe. Huge, man. Centernet is an incredible company. If you're part of the team or if you're one of their big community members, tell them that we're still waiting, man. We would love for them to be, we would love to be ambassadors for Centernet. I think it's a fantastic company. I really enjoyed my interview with the CEO back a couple of months ago. For whatever reason, Centernet's been a little bit hesitant to sponsor the channel. They're afraid of regulatory issues and stuff like that. But now that we have the new administration getting inaugurated on the 20th, I really think that a lot of those fears are unfounded, and we would love for them to jump on board and have us be ambassadors for the Centernet project. I agree with you. They're going to do great things in this bull market. So thank you so much for being here and watching the show. And hopefully we'll see you next week. So with that, folks, God bless you all. Once again, Happy New Year's, man. It's 2025. Let's go out and kick some butt, man. If you haven't gone to the gym yet today or done any exercise, get a little bit of exercise in. You'd be amazed at what 20 minutes a day will do. Just 20 minutes. everyone here on this channel, whether you're 180 pounds and fit and trim, or 300 pounds and can barely walk up a set of steps, can go out and do a 15-20 minute walk, enjoy nature, enjoy the sidewalks and the streets and wherever you're at. Do something. I really firmly believe, last thing I'm going to talk about, health leads to wealth. Every single person that I talk to that has the dream life that I want will all say they all made more money when they got their health in line, when they got in shape, when they started taking exercise and what they're, putting into their mouths more seriously. Not to step on any toes here, but man, if you're doing drugs, if you're drinking, if you're smoking cigarettes, get rid of that stuff. I promise you, you have the strength to do it. I quit smoking cold turkey. It's been, 25 years ago now. Cold turkey, had 17 cigarettes left in a pack. And my boss asked me, man, Brad, when are you going to quit smoking? And I said, right now. And I handed him that pack of cigarettes and the lighter. 3 cigarettes in, I just literally opened it and smoked 3 of them. And I handed him those cigarettes, and I've never taken another drag since. And it's kind of funny. I met up with him. I was leaving that job. And so we had dinner, and we were at a sports bar where I could smoke. So I literally smoked those 3 cigarettes at this sports bar while we were eating and talking. But I wasn't working for the company anymore, but he was my previous boss. Long story short, we met again for dinner about a week later. And when we got there, the same pack of cigarettes and lighter that I had given him, he brought it back with him. And I said, what in the world? Why do you still have those? And he said, well, just in case you changed your mind, I didn't want, a pack of cigarettes to go to waste. And I said, man, throw that crap away. I told you I was quitting, and I quit. And so seriously, folks, maybe you can't do it cold turkey. Maybe you need some gum. Maybe you need a patch. Maybe you need something, but maybe you just need some backbone. If you've got issues with drugs and alcohol and cigarettes and that kind of stuff, maybe you need some God. I'm telling you too, that God can give you strength that you didn't even know that you had. So if you really want 2025 to be the best year ever, you want to make the most money ever, you want to create the most freedom ever, you want to have the best relationships ever, I promise you, it all starts with your health. So go out, get a little exercise today. God bless you all. I love you. Have a fantastic week, and we will see you again very soon in the next video. Take care.